episode is sponsored by, today on The View, they talked about that millennials and Gen Z people, humans, are having less children.
Accurate.
And why? Well, I'll tell you why.
We're tired.
I am exhausted.
Yeah.
I have been in the office every day this week so far.
Oh no.
And we're at Thursday. This is the end of Thursday. The week is over, by the way. And I've had an event.
So like any normal, any other normal
well,
work.
No, first of all, no. First of all, if you have to go into the office every day of the week, that's your fucking problem, not mine. Okay?
So
you snooze, you lose.
I just want to be clear for anyone that's confused. Adrian has been to work every day this week, and today is Thursday, meaning he's been to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and now Thursday, and that is blasphemous.
Yeah, because I get to work from home 2 days a week, and this week I only get to work 1 day a week. But it goes to the point because listen, Whoopi Goldberg, I think, is a controversial figure to some, and so and I typically have a very general, a favorable view of Whoopi Goldberg, but sometimes she says some crazy shit. And today she didn't say the craziest thing because you hear this all the time. But basically, when they were talking about the also, I just want to make clear that I didn't watch today's episode of The View because I was at work. But while I was driving,
of course, yeah. They say you're not supposed to have your phone in your hand when you drive.
Nobody said my phone was in my hand.
That's also true.
Nobody said my phone was in my hand.
If any cops are listening, nobody said that.
What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Huh? Let me bring out the things that they've done. Okay. What had happened was I was on Twitter, and of course this clip was posted on Twitter. So I watched the clip. I haven't seen the episode of The View today. Okay. For all of those who are tracking everything I do, let me just make it clear. Jaime. And where is Jaime? Where is my dinner, Jaime?
He said it.
He's in Washington right now. He's not here.
Oh, so I guess it's gonna be a while for
right through it is. But Whoopi Goldberg said in response to why don't millennials want to have kids, some of the co-hosts were like, well, it's hard, it's hard, like the housing crisis, we don't get paid enough, people are being conscious of bringing other humans into the world. And Whoopi said, she was like, well, some of us worked hard for what we have. Some of us don't want to work only 4 hours a day. And I resent that. I resent that because I work hard. And I know a lot of people my age who work very hard. And guess what we spend a lot of time doing? Fixing your generation's problems. Because let me tell you how many times I have to go and turn on Zoom for somebody because you don't know how to log into a computer. The same computer, mind you, that is at your desk and you use every day.
Yes.
It just so happens to be in a different room, but you still don't know how to use it. Or how about the anxiety that you all possess in your bodies that is so crippling because you haven't been able to deal with it and go see a therapist. And so it enables you from being able to really do anything in your life. And that means work. And so, yes, we do work very hard, very, very hard. And so anyways, you can go.
I have taught
big old hairy ass. Welcome to You, Me, and Chisme, your number one source for Chisme on the internet. Adrian and Julie here. Julie, please continue your thought.
I was just gonna say, I mean, the moment's over, but I was just gonna say that I've taught the same man, older gentleman at my job, how to attach a picture to an email 7 times, ladies and gentlemen. 7 times.
I mean, it's really quite incredible. And hello, they're the ones who are at, listen, I enjoy myself a lunch, but like some of you just
Uh-huh.
really don't, you really don't work. And so
Oh
listen, I'm tired, I'm hungry, I'm horny, and I'm bored, and
my
all of it
God.
is happening at the same
That's,
time.
I'm
So,
so sorry that you're going
and
through all of
my
that.
lips are on fire because of the
Why?
fucking Santa Ana winds drying and giving me insane allergies. I used
Same.
to not get this like, okay,
Same.
I didn't know. First of all, I didn't know that these dry lips are allergies until somebody said something. And now
Interesting.
I've never gotten this, like, they've literally, the winds have sucked out the moisture out of my lips, and usually my lips are beautifully luscious and moisturized,
I believe you.
and it's really bad.
Yeah, it's wild out here.
It's really, really bad.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Oof.
Julie, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. You know, I've been meaning to ask you and I always forget. How's tennis?
mm, Thanks for asking. It's actually going really well. I will say I didn't have a tennis lesson this week because I had to work a lot this week.
He
And
was in the
so
office every day.
I was in the office every day. I had an event every single day.
Yeah, that's rough.
Anyway,
No, that was genuine. That is rough.
yesterday I was there till 10:45. I just want to make that clear. 10 p.m. 10:45 p.m. by the way.
Ouch.
Um, tennis is going really well. Shout out to Coach
Okay.
Brian. Hi, Coach Brian. Brian
Shout
who
out to Brian.
listens. Brian who listens every
Brian,
week. Thank you,
I'm
Brian.
obsessed with you.
Yes. No, Brian. I would say that Brian would say
Uh-huh.
that I'm doing really well, and that
You're a pro.
well, you know what? I don't know if I'm a pro, but I'm pretty pro-ish, I would say, with only
Obsessed.
six lessons in, mind you. I think I'm doing pretty well. Is Brian gonna ask me to be his doubles partner soon? I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you.
I
No,
honestly
I'm
believe
just
that
kidding, Brian.
1000%. No, Brian, invite him, please. If
I'm not.
anything, I
I'm
mean, he
not there
could be
yet.
great or it could be funny. Either way, it's a treat.
I'm not there. Brian, I'm gonna have Brian write a testimonial. Brian, call in if you feel ever so
The
um
last time I
motivated.
suggested he come on the pod and you shut that idea down
Well, because I
immediately.
wasn't sure how I was gonna do. And
I
now
think we all knew you were going to be great.
you know what? I have found myself that I can catch on to things pretty quickly. Um
Okay, brag.
a humble brag. A humble brag. Um
Humble-ish.
tennis is going really well. I really enjoy it. And you know, um volley, for those of you who know tennis terminology,
Okay. I
volleys
don't.
volleys are my favorite. And I
What does
do
that
really
mean?
well at the volleys is when you're playing doubles, when you have a partner, and
Okay.
and I may completely butcher this. I'm so sorry, Brian. But you're playing doubles, so there's two of you on each side, right?
Okay.
And both sides of the net. It's two against two. And
You know, I think we got it.
just want to make it clear. um and the volleys are where you typically, one of you is closer to the net, um and so volleys is the type of hit that you hit when you're like at the net. um and I excel at volleys. Also, I would say that my serves have gotten pretty good. Are you done laughing at
No, I'm
me?
so
You asked the question, I'm giving the
but,
answer here.
and then the two on one side and two that kills me. You said it like 7 times. I was like, is he how many times he keeps going?
I'm a comedian. What can I say?
Oh my god, that was
Um,
hilarious.
Thank you.
Okay. Is there
Yeah.
any video of this?
No. Why?
Why not?
Why? Well, because
Well, don't
typically,
you want to see if you're improving?
well, Brian is telling me that I am.
I mean, you don't want to analyze your own performance?
I don't think I'm there yet. Not right now. No.
I think
Mm-mm.
we're there though.
Well, okay. Well, how about you come to my tennis lesson and you bring out a camera, because Brian
Okay.
and I are busy on the court.
You just set it up, you put it on the floor.
I don't have a tripod.
I said on the floor.
What kind of view is that? So you can
Of
see
your
my
feet?
lonja running around?
No.
What is this?
I'm going to your next tennis lesson. I'm going to videotape it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go live on TikTok.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay, I'm being
Can't wait.
serious though.
No, my tennis is going really well. I really enjoy it. If anybody wants to play tennis, I'm happy to play.
Should we play tennis?
Do you know
No.
how?
No.
Just
No.
kidding.
I just feel like I'd be really good and pick it up.
I'm sure you
Just
would.
no, I would not. No, I would
No, I'm sure
not.
you would actually.
I really wouldn't. It feels
I'm
like
sure
the
you
the
would.
feet eye hand coordination would get me. That fucked me up immediately.
Mm,
It's also why I
hmm.
think I wouldn't be good at playing the drums. You're
Wait,
doing
what?
too much at once.
Okay, playing the drums and playing tennis are two very different things.
Sure, but you have to do a lot of things at the same time.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody's asking us to be, like professional tennis players.
Sure. I highly doubt I'd be able to hit a ball.
I think that okay, we're not.
I
Listen,
highly doubt I'd be able to hit a ball that I'm hitting against a wall. And that's being sincere.
I think that you are sorely mistaken, and I think that yes, you would be able to hit the ball.
I appreciate
Would
that
you be
lie.
able to hit every ball? No, but I don't hit every ball. Brian doesn't hit
Yeah.
every ball.
Right. Okay. Brain sucks. I'm just kidding.
Brian.
I'm just kidding.
What I'm saying is nobody is perfect.
No, I get it. You are though. That's amazing.
Okay.
That's awesome though. That's awesome that you wanted to do it. Then you did it. It's that simple, ladies and gentlemen. To no, and that I'm not that wasn't
No,
a
I know,
joke.
I know, I know, I know, I
It is
know.
because you think like, oh, I want to set goals, but oh, then I have to do no, but it's literally as simple as being like, this is something I want to do, and then doing it.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of us haven't figured out that yet.
Well, sometimes it's all in your mind,
Yeah,
you know?
I love it.
Mm.
How often do you usually tennis practice?
We go once a week.
Oh,
Yeah. Except again, this week 7, there was no tennis lesson because
right.
my
The
schedule
work.
was a little crazy. But we're
Oh,
back. We're back next week. Brian and I were chatting today about when we're gonna meet next week.
I love that. That's
Hmm.
awesome. Good for you.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't hurt that there's hot men also playing tennis or like,
Right.
you know,
That's an added bonus.
okay.
Yeah. Who are you to judge
Who
what
am
they're
I to
doing?
judge?
You're just trying to practice.
I'm not a judger.
Right.
I'm
Right.
not a judger. I don't like to judge. I do. I'm a
No,
judger.
I know. I know. I
Yeah.
was gonna let you live in your lie
Oh,
though.
yeah,
I wasn't
no,
gonna call you out.
no, it's okay. Oof. I'm a judger. I
Yeah,
judge.
I
I'm a
think a
judgy
lot of us
judger.
are. A lot of us are.
I'm sure. Okay. Well, what's going on with you, Julie? What's happening? What's the 411? What's the hot goss?
Honestly, I'm really glad that we're in a really good mood because I'm about to bring us all down.
Wait,
Are we ready
what?
for a bummer?
Okay, yeah, tell us.
Okay, let's adjust our expectations. We're about to hit a low point, but the pop culture pop-up comes up after that, and then we're gonna be better.
Okay.
And that's just the way life is. You get a little bit
Uh,
of up and then you get a little bit of down.
uh,
2023, though, I'm convinced is trying to break me.
oh
I'm
no.
convinced of it. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what I did to it, but it
Mm-hmm.
said, let's try to take her down. And
Mm-hmm.
bitch, if it's not almost succeeding.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so something happened over the weekend
Uh-huh.
that I'm still processing and
Okay.
I'm still navigating my feelings around it. This is gonna be a difficult thing to say out loud. So
Okay.
it's a difficult thing to hear, and there's just no pretty way to say it. There's just like not it's not gonna flow. I'm just gonna say it.
Okay.
Adrian has no idea because I haven't told him.
Absolutely
I
zero idea
know.
what is
Because
about to
I was
come out of Julie's mouth.
processing because I was processing and there's just no way to say these words that don't just immediately make you want to rip your skin off because you're interacting with this person that's going through something. But I'm just gonna say it. My uncle was murdered on Saturday.
Oh my God. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
In Mexico.
Oh my God.
We got my mom and I and Sophia were on our way to a market, and we got the call that he was shot in the street and that the ambulance was taking him to the hospital. And that's what we knew. He was shot and he was now in an ambulance. And so a cousin called, a cousin that lived on that street called my mom because in the moment, it was the only number that he could memorize, he remembered. And so then my mom proceeds to call, everyone. She has um well, now 7 siblings. And so she was trying to get a hold of somebody that lived in the town. They all live in that town except for my mom and another aunt. And she's trying to call all of them and they're not answering. And at first she was like, maybe they already know. But then they all started calling her back. And so she told them, they all went. And maybe 20 minutes later, we found out that he had died.
Oh my God.
And someone in our family has viewed the footage. They have like surveillance cameras everywhere, like CCTV footage.
Uh-huh.
Um, and they viewed the cameras, and he's on his motorcycle outside of like on the street. And he's getting back on his motorcycle, and then everyone rides a motorcycle over there. Then another motorcycle comes down the street with 2 men in it. The guy in the back shoots him from the back, hits him in the back, like 2 times. And then my uncle yells for help, and then because everyone fled, of course, and yells for help. And when they hear him, they come back and they shoot him in his front side. And then yeah, and then he falls to the ground and they leave. And then the ambulance comes and he died before they got to the hospital. And I'm doing okay with it because I had a very complicated relationship with this uncle. Um, I think for the last couple of years, we haven't had a good relationship. We've had a very distant one. And for a while there, we were very, 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 very close. And then we became very distant. And he actually called me 2 weeks ago and I ignored his phone call. But I ignored all of his phone calls. So I can't feel too guilty about that because that's just something I would have done regardless. But my mom is really struggling.
How
She's
was he?
he couldn't have been more than 47.
Mhm.
He was the youngest though of all of them.
Where in Mexico?
In Guanajuato, which is the
Uh-huh.
most dangerous state
Mhm.
in Mexico. But it's in the town that my mom is from. It's in the town we always go back to. And he was an addict. He was an
Mhm.
addict. So he was in that lifestyle, unfortunately. So we're never going to find out who did it because the
Mhm.
cops kind of just close the case immediately and call it, you know,
Mhm.
uh, cartel relations or whatever. And then they don't look into who did it. So he was an addict. It was getting bad. My mom's feeling a lot because um she tried to get him into rehab a couple of weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago. She tried to get him into rehab, and all of the siblings opposed. Most of the siblings opposed. They said that he wasn't an addict, he wasn't on drugs, and my mom was like, "He's getting worse. He is an addict. You need to, realize that, and we need to get him help." And they didn't let him. So my mom is dealing with so many feelings, and I don't know how to help her. She's like a little zombie.
Right.
She's doing so bad. And yesterday she, I mean, not to, but she wasn't even that sad when her mom died.
Mm.
Like she's taking this really bad. And yesterday she said, I don't think I'll ever be the same after this.
Mm.
And I don't know, grief is so complicated because like I'm dealing with my stuff, and that's causing me to behave a certain way with my things about the matter. And I want to help my mom, but I am feeling this like lack of empathy a little bit, just because of who he was to me is different to who he was to her.
Mm-hmm.
And um and she doesn't even know why I didn't really like him at some point. Well, she doesn't really, she definitely does not know anything. She doesn't know that, she doesn't even know that we were distant, because when we were in the same room, I would still talk to him and stuff. Um, but to see her grieving so painfully over him has been very weird.
Mm.
And I keep being like, when your mom gets through this, she's going to look back and say, Julie did not support me. She was not there for me. And I'm so hurt. Like, she's so hurt right now. And I keep trying to like be there for her, but I really don't know if it's enough.
Well, I mean, I don't know if do you think that's how she's gonna feel? Like truly? Like because
I don't know.
I mean, you watching your parents grieve, watching your parents um be not what you have always known them to be, which a lot of the time I would assume folks are looking at their parents as, you know, their caretakers, their parents, people who have been strong, people who have taken care of them. So
Right.
I'm not sure that you should be expected to know how to care for your mom, no matter at what age, because
Yeah.
that's not the role that's not the traditional role, right? And
Right.
also, I also don't think that um grief isn't something that you can just cure.
Right.
Grief is something that has to happen, and that
Yeah.
unfortunately your mom is going to have to experience all stages of grief.
Yeah.
And and although I know that you and your mom are very close and you take a lot of responsibility for your family and for your mom in particular, um I don't you don't have all the answers. You never will have all the
Right.
answers. I think you have to come to terms with that.
I
And
know. I think I need to be a little, oh, I don't know what the word is. Maybe like a little kinder to myself, or maybe kinder to her sometimes.
I
I feel
th-
like the other day I literally, it's not funny. I wanted to be like, just get over it. Like it's
mm,
you're gonna have to get over it. You have to get over it. And then today I almost said, which I didn't mean for it to sound, I didn't say it, but I wasn't meaning to be dismissive. I literally meant what I like what the words are, which I wanted to tell her, you have to be aware that he's gone and you're still here, and you have to keep living because you're still here. He's You can't do anything about it anymore. You can't do anything about him. And that sounds so mean.
well, I mean, you're right, but I don't think that maybe that's where she's at right now.
No, she's not.
I,
She's
I
not.
mean, yeah, it's only been a week. I also think that um a couple things going on here. Your mother doesn't know how you really feel about your uncle.
Right.
And
Right.
so if she's confused as to your reaction, rightfully so, I would say,
Right.
because she doesn't know the whole story.
Yeah.
So there's that. I think that your feelings are very valid, her feelings are very valid, and you are going to have to learn to live with that
Yeah.
you have feelings towards him, she has obviously other feelings towards him, and both of you will have to navigate that. I mean, on your own, but also find a way to navigate it together.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
It's hard. And look,
this
uh,
is there's also, I think, no rule book on how to deal with grief. Everybody deals with it differently at
Right.
different stages of their lives. And one thing we
Yeah.
don't do enough is talk about grief. So,
Right.
here we are, because just like taxes and death, grief is also a part of life. And there is so
Yeah.
much grief happening in the world all the time.
So much. And honestly, the crazy thing for I haven't cried about it. And I mean, I feel like I have to, or I feel like sometimes I want to, but like I'm not doing it. Like sometimes I'll sit down and I'll be like, this really sucks. Regardless of the relationship, this really sucks that this person and this family, I mean, take me out of the picture, that this family just went through something horrendous and traumatic. I mean, just a quick reminder that the world is 1000% falling apart. And Mexico is one of the places where it's falling apart. And I don't think that enough of us over here are considerate or think about it or talk about it. And I'll admit that I was maybe one of those people. Only recently have I really felt this like anxiety when my mom talks about going to Mexico. I've never felt like that before in my life. I've always considered her town to be extremely safe. I could go down the street to a store down the street from my grandma's house at 12 o'clock at night, zero feelings or thoughts about it. Today, I go to Mexico, and as soon as the sun starts setting, I'm like, everybody go inside and lock your doors. It gives me anxiety, and I feel like we just don't talk about it enough. And Mexico is beautiful and the people are beautiful and I love my family. But every single day I think about I may never see them again because it petrifies me to think of going to her town because I am fully aware that that my mom's state is the most dangerous one in Mexico. And well, and our family lives there, so we hear every single day how many people die, how many bodies are discovered, all the things that are happening, all the streets you can't go down anymore. Like we hear about it all the time. And you just never think that it's gonna be your family. You just don't. I mean, I'm fully aware that we have a lot of family in that town, and it just never crossed my mind that something like this could happen. And it's just kind of crazy that it is. Just a quick reminder. Honestly, if anyone wants to take anything away from this story, I want it to be if you see someone in your life struggling, do not let anybody stop you from getting them help if you feel like it's necessary. Because the one thing that aches my heart so much right now, and I think is the thing that does make me sad for my mom, is that she feels so much guilt right now. And it's not her fault. And I've talked to her about it, and I'm like, Mom, you tried. You tried. You got everyone together. You had talked to them on speakerphone. You begged them to get him help. Like you begged that you almost went down there to get him help yourself because you knew that he would have only listened to her. Like he would have only done it willingly to her. Her not being there, they were gonna have to force him to do it and take him against his will, essentially. But my cousin did the program they were trying to get him into, and he's sober now, and it worked. I mean, I get it. Addiction is complicated. Everybody is different. People relapse constantly, 24/7. It's a struggle. It's a daily struggle. And that's what I tell my mom too, which I'm like, I don't want it to sound mean, but how do you know it would have taken? How do you know that you would have gotten him into that program and he would have survived it? Because it's just it just as easily could have been that you get him in there, spend all of this money, he comes out, does it again. You know what I mean? It's a cycle. Like a lot of people, like my cousin is like he's a miracle. It's not normal. This isn't, the everybody's story with addiction. It's a very rare story. Um, so if you can take anything from this, very sad, tragic story that I'm still making my way through. I hope it's that well, one, if you can't get someone help, to not feel guilty because you just don't know what could have happened. But also, if the possibility is there to get someone help, to get them help. Because it's bad for them, but it's so bad for the family. And like I talked to my aunts And after my mom told me, I don't think I'll ever be the same. Now I talk to my aunts and I'm like, I don't think they're ever going to be the same. Because if my mom wanted to help them, my aunt stopped her from doing it.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
life is full of regrets, if and
Yeah.
buts and whats and whens and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Um, I think that we it's so hard. It's so hard to live in this world. And also we're just like in such a very particular time in history. And I don't know, it's just it's very, very difficult. Like there's no
Yeah.
manual on how to be a human being, which is unfortunate. But of course the death of a sibling is gonna change somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, how can it not? Um and so and everybody and they'll all be changed for the rest of their lives every time they lose somebody.
Yeah.
um your mother will come over this. Will she be the same person? No,
Yeah.
but I think that seems to be normal to me. I would be
Yeah.
I mean, I would be a different person if I lost one of my siblings,
Right.
particularly in that kind of way. And so yeah, it's very, very hard. I don't,
Yeah. This year is wild.
the last couple years are wild. I don't, there's particular time. I feel like I remember reading in history books in school, like, oh, this period of time was, very difficult and
Yeah.
blah blah blah. I think there's always been difficult times in throughout history. It's never stopped. There's
Right.
never been a perfect time. And so there is that, but living it is another thing. And so
Yeah.
I don't know, it's very wild and it's very crazy, and
Hug a friend.
nobody has the answers to anything.
Nobody
I
has
mean,
the answers.
there are a lot of answers to a lot of things.
Yes.
But how do you do that as an individual and as a person in this world? I don't know.
Because I think the question is, how do you exist in a joyous way with all of this happening? I mean, it's rough. You open your phone and you get 27 stories that are horrendous,
Yeah.
horrendous and heartbreaking and gut wrenching, and people are going through so much. And I mean, we can we are I so often feel helpless. Like, what can we do? We like, you know what I mean? Like, there are things we can do. Everyone, educate yourselves. But you know what I mean? In a quick and in fast way that's gonna change things drastically. Yeah, it's hard out there. I fear that none of us are handling this well, and that eventually it's going to catch up to all of us. That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, everybody, I mean, we live in a trauma riddled world,
Yeah,
society. I
yeah,
wonder what the other societies are like. I wonder what the other planets are like, because this one this one is rough.
yeah.
um and so yes, I mean, I think a part of being a human being and growing older is having to deal with the trauma of being a human being in this world and being of consciousness as to what is going on.
Yeah,
And so there is no band-aid that can fix anything.
yeah.
I mean,
Be
I don't,
safe out there.
it's scary and it's weird and it's wild and it's overwhelming,
Yeah,
and um it it just feels particularly heavy now.
yeah,
And so I don't know what the future has in hold for people.
yeah. Mm.
I don't know.
Well, well, anyway,
Okay, well, thanks, Julie. Wishing your family and your mom
thank
all
you.
the best.
Thank you. 2023 will not be taking me out.
No,
I will win. I will persevere. 2024 is going to be amazing because 2023 really tried to take me out multiple times, but I'm not going to let it.
don't let it.
I'm not letting
Don't.
it. Mm-mm.
Don't. I, I feel like 2023, although
But just say
peaks
it. You love it.
peaks no, although very very high peaks and very 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 low valleys,
Mm-hmm.
um has been transformative,
Mm.
but I don't think could have happened without the peaks and the valleys.
That makes me want to throw up. On
uh,
you specifically.
do it, prove it.
Okay. I'm just kidding. No, you've had a very good year.
Sure, I mean, what does a good year mean though?
I think you've grown a lot as a person, and I think that yes, I think you've had a lot of crazy, shitty stuff happen to you. He's never gonna tell you guys. Don't even try to get it out of me. I'm not gonna share. Someone DM me. No, I though you've
What are
had a
you
lot
going to
of
tell
bad.
them?
Well, about that one, no, I don't. I think what was I gonna say? Oh, I lost my train of
No, listen,
thought.
here's my thought process is that sure, this year hasn't had, the best things, but I can't sit here and say that I have had the worst year or
No, you
it's been
can't.
absolutely horrible. Even with
No,
things
it's
that
been more on the good side, I'm telling
well,
you, sir.
but that's also because I feel like I have made lemonade, what's the saying, lemonade out of lemons.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure. Sure, sure,
I
sure.
have made the conscious decision to not get so wrapped up in the negative things that have happened. And but
And
I
why is that?
also want to make clear is that I
Uh-huh.
feel like the things that have happened to me are actually not that bad in
And what do we call
comparison
that?
to other people.
And what do we call that?
I don't know. What?
Growth.
Oh, okay, sure.
It could have been as easy as to say, Julie, yeah, you're right. I mean, we eventually got there.
Well, I just want to, what I want to make clear is that I don't feel like the things that have happened to me are that bad in
I don't think
comparison.
anyone thought you thought
Oh,
that.
well, you were saying that things were bad for me.
I,
Roll the
are,
tape.
are we both here having the same conversation?
I
Because
don't
I'm
know anymore.
99.9% positive. I was trying to tell you that good things have happened to you. Though I necessarily don't think you've had actually, let me rephrase. I think this is what my thought was that and I eventually lost it. I'm gonna lose it again. Let me talk quick. I don't necessarily think that you're having a good year because of things that have happened to you, like good or bad year because of things that have happened to you. I think you're having a good year because of the way that you've behaved about things that are happening. I don't
Sure.
think it's things that are happen. Like I don't think it's like, oh, you got this and you did this. I mean, yes, because you have, but I don't think that justifies your good year. I think what justifies the good year is the fact that you've invested more in yourself this year, and it's caused you to grow and take things with a grain of salt and work through them in an easier way, which make you just like be in a better mood and consider, and it makes you consider that you've had a good year. That was a long way of saying it.
Do you think I'm in a better mood than usual?
I don't think you're like in a better mood, though the stakes are low already. You know, because what would that mean? What, you had a smile on your face today? I don't think you're in a better mood. I do think that you are problem solving differently.
Mm.
And I think not only are you problem solving, I think you're trying to figure yourself out. And I think that makes you a better person to have things happen to because you're dealing with them differently.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just reacting to things that are happening in the best way that I think I know how.
Right, and
And
you're doing it correctly because of the
well,
work that you're putting into
sure. I
yourself.
mean,
Why does he
I
insist on contradicting me? Do you guys see this? I'm literally trying to give him compliments, and he said, "Take your compliment, shove it up your asshole, and let me say what I want to say," which is essentially what you're saying, but in my way. He refuses to allow me to just have this. Do you see what he's doing?
Am I the villain here?
I almost feel like I'm being gaslit. Like, am I saying the words I'm saying? Why is he repeating them to me like he's
I
having a
think
brand new idea?
okay, okay, so I think that this conversation has gone off too off the rails.
1000%. Whose fault is that? We could have
My
just
fault.
ended
It's my
as
fault. It's
you've
my
had a
fault.
good year and not, but also,
Well, I just don't want to make it sound that like, like I've been, beat bopping around town the whole year. Like I don't.
I mean,
I'm very tired.
moving on
Okay,
to the next segment.
I'm very tired. Leave me alone. Imagine my therapist.
You're off the rails today. I don't know what's happening.
I don't know what's happening either.
Oh
Listen, I didn't
God.
have tennis and I didn't have therapy this week. So
We figured out the problem, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. How many people do you think were listening to the podcast being like, no, she's saying?
I'm sure a lot. I'm sure a lot. And I'm sure they'll let me know. Yeah, I'm sure
I
they'll
hope
let me
you
know.
please do, guys, because sometimes,
Say it. Say it with your chest.
No, well, I was gonna say activities happen before we start recording. So sometimes I get on here and I'm like, am I tripping? Like, what the fuck is happening? So you DM us and let me know if I'm tripping or if Adrian is just dead set. Is it the last word you want? Like, what is it?
I do like having the last word.
Someone in our TikTok comments said something about, what did she say? We were arguing back and forth about something.
About you
And
and I?
no, this like
Oh.
TikTok
Oh.
commentary about this video.
Uh-huh.
And she said something like, enjoy having the last word that you so desperately need. I was like, and then
You dumb bitch.
oh my goodness. All righty.
Okay. Well, I just want to make clear.
Oh my God. Everyone, turn off the podcast. I'm so sorry for this episode. I can't believe we've done this to you.
Do you want to know something? Can I share something
No,
right now?
actually. No. Yeah.
Sometimes in my mind, things are so complex and so layered
I know
that
they are.
that that I can't that I can't fully accurately efficiently express myself because in
Yeah,
my
no, we
mind
know.
in my mind things aren't just like black and white, and so
Interesting.
I have like a lot of pages going through my mind as I'm trying to explain things or I'm trying to listen to things, and I want to
What
be
he's saying is he thinks he's smarter than all of us,
no,
and he
that's
has to
not what I'm
dumb
saying.
shit down for
No,
us.
no, no. What I'm saying is that because there's so many layers to different things, there's so many different pages to one certain topic, I want to be able to express every single page, but I can't.
No, bestie, we get it. The two and the two. And then there's two over here, and then there's two over here. But the two, and that's a double because there's two right here, and then there's two over here. That's when you play doubles in tennis.
So yes, I will avoid having a deeper conversation with people because I can't get the different pages from my head to eloquently come out of my mouth.
I think what you need to understand is that they often do.
But I yes, I see that, I appreciate that, but in my mind there's still all of these pages to flip through,
right? And
so
in our
yes,
ears.
so sometimes yes, I talk in circles because I want to read every single page out loud and I can't.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And I get it. Yes, I sound perfectly fine. I'm just telling you what is happening in my mind.
Suddenly he's a victim. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I actually love that about you, but I wish you'd understand that very often, we got it. Like we you said it that one time, and we all of us, we all got together, we voted, we all understood it. Every single one of us.
Okay, I'll shut up then.
No, I don't want you to shut up.
See, and now my friend Alex is saying, "Ooh, that is the way he loves to manipulate people."
I love that. I love that. No,
And
never
that
shut up.
I just want to make that clear that that was a joke, and of how of what is something I would say to manipulate people.
Right, right. Adrian would like to go on record and make sure that you guys understand he is not a manipulator. He is
Well,
not. Did he try to
today
gaslight us a little bit?
today
A
I
little bit.
today I learned that I am a manipulator. At least 2% of me I'm a manipulator. I
2%.
but all of us are manipulators from as
Are
far as
we?
I'm concerned. Yes. But yes,
But
apparently
you're
I try.
more.
Do you think so? Like, honest to God, do you think so?
No,
Oh,
no.
I'm trying to have a real conversation about manipulation, and Julie is trying to like put my face on telephone poles saying manipulator. Have you seen
I've
him?
never not once felt manipulated by you.
Well,
Maybe you've
most
never
people.
wanted anything I had, though.
No, no, no. What? No.
I think that's a yes.
No. No, no.
No, I've never felt manipulated by you.
I think that's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for trying not
But
to manipulate me.
thank you. But I what I think I've also learned is that I can't think of manipulation in the same in like the very basic terms of manipulation.
Okay.
But in how we as a species um say things or tell stories or share
Right.
information in order to get people to empathize or understand our perspective. So yes, we do
Right.
sometimes manipulate people subconsciously just by the way in which we share things with them.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
We're all manipulators essentially.
We really went everywhere with that conversation.
Yeah. Oof.
You're welcome.
Okay. Yeah. This is an exercise in mental gymnastics if you're able to
Yes.
follow along because
Yes. Welcome to our brain,
yeah,
ladies and gentlemen.
no, people think we are absolute psychos.
1000%.
You know what I want? I want a donut. That sounds really good.
Oh my God. Interesting. I love that
Yeah.
for you.
Okay. Well, guess what? It's time.
Tell me.
It's time for the pop culture pop up. First up on the pop culture pop up, Harry Styles has shaved off all of his hair.
No longer Harry.
It's gone. It's a
It's all
buzz cut.
gone. Yeah.
It's a buzz cut.
Yeah.
Julie, what are the girlies saying? What are you saying?
The girlies are freaking out. The girlies are losing their minds. I don't find myself to care that much about it.
No.
I don't. Maybe maybe it's because I lived through the shaved head of Justin Timberlake circa NSYNC. And that was a real shock to the system. That was before people were doing, stuff like that. Yeah, I don't. He looks fun. He looks like a white man from Europe.
Yeah. Well, you know what we should look at?
Tell me.
The hairline. Where is the natural hairline of Mr. Styles? Because let's not forget the entire reason why Julie became famous on TikTok is because she started a vicious rumor.
Some say vicious. I say funny.
Was he a lot? So there was the whole thing about the Dumois or blind item about there's a famous pop star that's actually really kind of going bald. And a lot of people were saying it was Justin Timberlake, Julie being one of them. But a lot of people were throwing Harry Styles' name into that. And
I never
I'm
thought it was Harry.
well, listen, I'm looking at the photo. I'm looking at a photo that's been taken, the one that's making the rounds. I'm just saying his hairline towards the front of his head looks a little bit
No,
bad.
he has a terrible hairline, but I don't
Yeah.
think he has I don't think he's ever had a hairpiece. That man plays too much with his hair for it to be a
Mm.
hairpiece. The
Uh-huh.
only thing that a little bit bums me out about this hair is that he used to be interesting looking.
And now he doesn't.
He's just like another white boy
Ooh,
from
he looks
Europe.
like, again, these are photos that somebody just took on their phone with him and his do you know who his girlfriend is?
Yeah, Taylor Russell.
Who's Taylor Russell? I don't know who
She
she
was in
is.
Bones and All with
Oh, she's an
Timothy Chalamet.
actress. Uh-huh.
She's an actress, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna look up Taylor Russell.
She was
Let's
really good. Bones and All is a
She's
phenomenal
Canadian.
movie. You
Oh,
want a
she's
little
gorgeous.
she is gorgeous. You want a little cute trauma bonding story? Bones
Yeah.
and All is a good one. That's a phenomenal movie. There is
Uh-huh.
cannibalism, so beware.
Mm, mm.
It's a great movie though.
Um, Harry looks like what is the other One Directioner's name? Not Zayn, not Niall, not Louis. The fuck is his name? I can't
Liam,
literally Liam literally named every single one about
I
except for me.
know.
He kind of looks like Liam. Kind of looks like Liam in this photo.
Oh, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Smash or pass, Harry with the bald with the shaved head.
You know what? Pass on both ends.
With hair and without hair?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's teeny tiny.
Okay.
I break
Yeah,
him.
sure,
Oh,
sure,
I
sure,
break him so fast.
sure, sure. I would
I
probably
just don't
still
need that
smash.
kind of stress. Me breaking Harry Styles. Oh my God. I couldn't live another day. No, I don't need that in my life. I don't.
Okay. All right. I love that. Okay. What do you okay. Good for Mr. Harry Styles. Harry, come
What
on the
about
pod.
you? Smash or pass?
I said I would smash.
Both or just shaved head?
Both. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Love that for you. Good for
Uh
you.
thanks. Yeah. Next up on the pop culture pop up. Hot off the presses, um Keke Palmer has filed for a restraining order against the father of her child. I'm gonna read a couple things here um about this situation here. If I can find them on my phone. Here we are. Here we go. Here we go.
Trigger warning for domestic violence.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay, I'm still looking for them. Okay. Okay. So I should have been a little bit more prepared. Um Okay, so Keke Palmer claims that she has security footage of Darius Jackson trespassing into her home without her knowledge and threatening her before, quote, lunging for my neck, striking me, throwing me over the couch, and stealing my phone. Keke Palmer is seeking a restraining order against Darius Jackson and requesting sole custody of their 8-month old son, Leotis. Palmer has accused Jackson of abusing her multiple times over the course of their 2-year relationship in court documents filed on Thursday, which is today. Keke Palmer also alleges that Darius Jackson threatened to kill himself if she left him. This is all from Pop Crave on Twitter. Ooh, I
Yeah.
mean, mm, it's unfortunate because I don't know if they ever really got back together after the Usher incident, but
They did.
she should have never. I mean, she should have never. But
A lot of people said a lot of women when his tweets about the Usher incident first came out, a lot of women said these are ginormous red flags.
right,
We can't get the red flags in the room with us. And so many men said he's just trying protect his family. He
Mm.
wants, a good woman by his side. I mean, we all saw that that was manipulative, controlling behavior.
I think that there's nothing more dangerous in the world than the ego of a man who is incredibly insecure.
Yes.
And that is what this is giving. I
Yeah.
love Keke Palmer. I will ride for
Same.
Keke Palmer
Yes, same.
till the end of time. And to know that she has been going through this is
Yeah.
devastating because
Agreed.
she gives off such an incredible light of
Yes.
joy and happiness and talent that is unmatched.
Yeah.
And for her to be experiencing this is heartbreaking because
Yeah.
also so many women go through these things every day, and it's just a utter and complete tragedy.
Yeah.
I don't know what is wrong with Darius Jackson, but he needs some serious help.
Yeah.
I hope he can find it for his son's sake,
Yep.
but it's just so incredibly very sad. I hope that the restraining order is granted, and I hope that um he respects it, and I hope that Keke can find some peace and can hopefully eventually find enough peace to move on and find a partner that will celebrate and love her the way she deserves to be.
Right. I agree. I agree. The thing that breaks my heart the most is that Kiki has been going through this for the last 2 years. And in the last 2 years, Kiki Palmer has made me laugh so many times. So many times. We could have never even thought that this was something she was going through. Um, Darius scares me, like in a very real way. Every time I see some of his tweets, he frightens me in a very intense and direct way. After the news broke about the restraining order and filing for custody of the baby, Darius tweeted a picture of him and his son, and it says, "I love you, son. See you soon." Is that not terrifying?
Yeah.
That sounds terrifying. I hope Kiki Palmer is surrounded by people that are reminding her that she is strong and that she is brave and that she is loved, and that she's doing the absolute best for her son and that everyone is proud of her. Must be so difficult to deal with to finally get the strength to leave him and to go through the procedures to protect yourself. And now the world knows. And now you have to deal with all of those opinions. And I hope that she is surrounded by love, because this is going to get so much worse before it gets better.
Right. Right. Ooh. Kiki. Kiki, come
Kiki,
on the pod.
come on the pod. We'll talk about whatever you want. We can talk about why Leo Jack did not get on that door, and we can cuss out Rose together.
I was like, what are you
Titanic. She
talking
feels very
about?
passionate. She feels very passionate about Titanic in that door.
Do you think that Kiki Palmer has seen the photos of Leonardo DiCaprio getting his booty hole scratched?
1000%. If anything, she's probably been at a party where it happened. Okay, let's get to the next topic because I actually have a funny tweet about Leo DiCaprio in regards to the next topic.
Okay. Next up on the pop culture pop up, the strike is over, ladies and gentlemen. SAG-AFTRA,
Woo!
after 118 days on strike,
Wow. Y'all did
uh,
it.
they said, SAG-AFTRA says, we are set to change the future of our industry with a transformative contract that includes gains for every category of SAG-AFTRA member who works this contract. This revolutionary agreement achieves major breakthroughs in addressing compensation via residuals and protections from generate. Oh my gosh. Generative artificial intelligence technology, while reaffirming the role of human performers play in the production of film, television, and streaming entertainment. Okay. Should I read
I
a
love
couple of
it.
the things that they here's a couple of things. I haven't seen this yet.
Okay.
Um they're getting more than $1 billion in new wages and benefits plan funding, a streaming participation bonus,
Party.
minimum compensation increases that break the so-called industry pattern. For the first time, consent and compensation guardrails on the use of AI, raised pension
Okay.
and health caps that will channel more value into our funds, and critical protections for diverse communities. Not sure what that means, but I hope it's great. Um, power to the people.
Power to the people. Thank you to every single person that went to the picket lines, because if any of my shows would have gotten canceled, besties, we would have been fine. Well,
They
actually,
did. They
well,
did.
here I remembered. I forgot, and then I remembered.
Yeah.
Blind spotting. We
They're
could have had it all.
casualties. They're casualties of this
There
strike.
are casualties. But you know what? Thank you to everyone that went to the picket lines. They deserve this. I think we're all aware that they deserve this. Writers deserved what they got, if not more. But look, baby steps. Actors deserve what they got as well, because we're not just talking about the Brad Pitts and the Leo DiCaprios and the Salma Hayeks. We're talking about the background actors and the smaller actors that are just trying to survive, just trying to get out here and live their dream. Yeah, this is wonderful. Abbott Elementary will soon be in production. We're very excited. The Colin Farrell project was already delayed because of the strike, so we're excited, hoping to get that back on track because they stopped filming Penguin. Yeah, I'm just very excited. I'm very excited about all of this. And I'm excited to get my shows back, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have to watch Big Brother anymore. Oh.
Oh, you don't know nothing if you don't know Big Brother España.
Oh
The
no.
Spanish, the Spanish are losing their absolute minds. I'm not watching the 24/7 live feed because I have decided to keep my life, but I do get a bunch of I mean, my algorithm, it just gets me. So I get a bunch of TikToks about it. Like I said, Los Famosos was nothing. Big Brother España, it brings the drama. It
Are
brings the drama.
are they it's not a like celebrity version, is it?
It is, but people, I don't know anyone except one. They
Okay.
have Laura on there. You know
Uh
Laura from her
uh
show.
oh,
Laura.
uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
¿Qué pasa el desgraciado? Remember that show?
yeah.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
good. That was
Yeah.
good television. But they
Yeah.
have her on there. She's wild. But let me tell you just one quick. Oh, wait. Let me tell you the Leo DiCaprio tweet. It
Okay.
could just because it's
Okay.
really funny. Okay, the Leo
Okay.
DiCaprio tweet says Hannah, one of my favorite Twitter users, she posted it. Of course she did. She cracks me up. She said at Leo DiCaprio, stop playing with your hole and prepare for round table season. It kills me. Okay, wait, really quickly.
uh,
I'm gonna tell you one storyline that's happening on Big Brother
okay.
España. This is what
Okay.
happened. The names are Pilar, Luitingo, and Jessica. Not
Uh,
Jessica, bitch.
okay.
Jessica.
Uh-huh.
Okay. There's three of them.
Okay.
Pilar and Luitingo. All of them come into the house coupled up.
Uh-huh.
Pilar has been with her boyfriend for 10 years.
Oh, are they both famous?
I don't know
Oh,
who the
okay. Sorry.
I don't know. I don't think so actually. I think she's the only one that's him. Anyway, they come in. Luitingo and Pilar, there's a spark. Something's happening. We don't know it. Do we? They kiss, there's dates. It's a whole thing. Now they're into it. They're into it. Pilar, they're a couple, essentially.
Uh-huh.
Essentially, they're like, we're gonna try it out when we get out. She's in a 10-year relationship, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god.
10-year relationship. But in this show, they're in front of the cameras that are running 24/7.
Uh-huh.
They're like, okay, we're gonna try it out when we get out. I care about you, you care about me, blah blah blah. She gets voted out. She goes out. Her sister, for one of the first things her sister is like, you no longer have a boyfriend.
Uh-huh.
So sucks to be you. And he doesn't want anything to do with you. He's like disappeared. We haven't seen him for weeks. Like he doesn't want to talk to any of us.
Oh my
And
god.
she's like, okay. So then she's out, and they have the panelists on these shows, on the big shows that they do or whatever. that they air on TV, and she's one of the panelists. Every week she goes on, or every whatever the fuck however often they do it, she's on the show and she's defending his actions, and because he's trash in there, but she's like, oh, he did this, oh, you guys don't know him because of this, and defending him. As the weeks progress, Luis Tingo is now, and she gets to write him a letter at some point, and in the letter she's like, do not sleep next to Jessica specifically. I actually don't know why that was already an issue, and she's like, you need to sleep like in this specific place. If you sleep next to Jessica, like I'm gonna feel betrayed, blah blah blah. A couple weeks in, Luis Tingo and Jessica, besties on top of each other. They're on top of each other, hands under the blankets. And everyone's like, what's the hands doing under the blankets? Nobody knows, but everyone speculates. Then Luis Tingo gets voted out. He comes out. He tells Pilar, I don't like you. I actually don't want to be with you. I want to wait for Jessica to come out, and I want to see what happens in there. Then they do some sort of, they wanted to throw some mess in there. So they let Pilar enter the house and have one conversation with Jessica. And she says, he broke up with me because of you. And I've been seeing everything, and your boyfriend's been seeing everything. Everyone's been seeing everything. And then they showed Jessica all the clips of them cuddling up and like under the blanket and what's happening. They're like, mess. And that's the last clip I could find. I don't know what happened after that, but I'm on the edge of my seat. Isn't everyone else? Mess. It's a mess. A mess. And it stresses me out. And there I go. Every Thursday, I'm like, what happened this week?
You really should not watch reality TV.
I really shouldn't. It really does become a problem.
Yeah, I get it now, actually.
You know what the thing is that I am aware that these are adults, but I do love drama. But it does make me feel horrible about myself. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, just adults being messy. What? Well, people are dying. I want to say stuff like that. Like, it makes me want to say stuff like that.
But you're watching.
That's the problem. That's what makes me feel bad about myself.
I don't think you should feel bad about yourself. It's entertainment.
Everyone get a VPN. Go watch Gran Hermano España. I'm just kidding. Just find it on TikTok. It's good enough, actually. Oh, Jesus. Anyway.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Well, the strike is over, so actors are going to be able to finally work again.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Please.
Actors, come on the pod.
Come on the pod, actors.
Would love to have you on.
We would love. Oh my God. I would love to have an actor on.
Could you imagine actors?
I can. I'm imagining it right now.
Well, I mean, you know what? The first thought I thought of when I saw that the strike was over?
Tell me.
Thank goodness it was before awards season. We're going to get an awards season. I cannot.
That is so funny.
I cannot handle how excited I am.
Yeah, no, that's going to be good. I don't know how good the award season is going to be, though, because so many movies didn't get it released.
I don't watch the movies. It's okay.
You're right. My mistake.
Part of my worries.
Yeah. That was my bad. That was on me.
Yeah.
That was on me.
Yeah. Okay.
Amazing.
That's going to do it for the Pop Culture Pop-Up. We'll be back next week with more Pop Culture Chisme. Julie, do you have a Latinx spotlight for us?
I do. We've officially started production on something in Mexico. It's a telenovela. Guys, telenovelas are back. Everyone pay attention.
Wait, we're producing telenovelas now?
We are not. But we as a society are.
Oh, I see.
We are producing a telenovela. The world is. Well, specifically, Juan Osorio is, who is one of the biggest producers of telenovelas in Mexico. And this is the novela that the Peruvian love of my life is going to be in. He's co-starring.
He's got a job.
He's
that
felt like shade a little bit.
No.
I mean, a little bit.
No. I meant that in like he's like acting.
But see, he's been nonstop working since he got out.
Oh.
Yeah, no, Mexico continues to be obsessed with him.
Okay.
continues. So he's going to be in this novela co-starring, which is a big deal because people do not co-star in novelas. You
Oh.
get two protagonists, and that is it. Maybe you get three protagonists. He's not a protagonist, though. He's co-starring. He's the second. I forget how they said it in Spanish. They said it a certain way in Spanish, but he's the second lead, essentially. And he's getting his own strong love story with Coco Coco Maxima, who's a transgender woman. I may be wrong, but I believe this is the first Mexican telenovela who will have a lead that's a transgender woman.
Oh, wow.
Who is getting a love story with a heterosexual man. This is breaking barriers, and they're doing everything right. They are on live constantly. They are putting out behind the scenes pictures. They're the Juan Osorio, the producer, keeps doing lives with the different actors and stuff. Mexico is behind on so many things we've already discussed today, but Juan Osorio, he really saw the Coco character. Sorry, I wanted to say personaje, but it's character. Um, was written for Wendy. So Juan saw Wendy in the reality show, and he loved her personality and wrote and sought out his writers, and they created this role for Wendy. So she was supposed to take it, but she has never acted in her life, and she's gonna get like a side character. She's going to have a very small storyline in it. And she made the decision for herself because she wants to, work with more coaches and have more time to prepare herself for her novela. And so Coco, then they auditioned other trans women, and Coco got it. And she has a beautiful story as well, very, as most transgender women have, a very sad story. Her family kind of cut her off, and they still don't talk to her, even with all the success that she's gotten. She has like she got a show on Disney Plus. She had one on Netflix. I mean, she's getting out there. But I actually think the Disney Plus show was taken down because she was a transgender woman, but don't quote me on that. But telenovelas, breaking barriers. Telenovelas are back. I haven't been excited for a telenovela since Cuidado con el Ángel. And that was because Maite and William Levy were on it, and that was chemistry on fire in that screen. So everyone look out for it. El amor no tiene receta is what it's called. And I'm sure it's going to play, if it's playing on Channel 5 in Mexico, I think it's going to play like on Univision here. That's usually how it goes. But very excited. Very, very excited.
I haven't seen a novela since Amigas y Rivales.
Wow, that's a long time. That was a good one though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I love a novela. Give me the drama.
As Lin-Manuel Miranda once said, love is love is love is love.
Exactly.
Let love win. I love that. Okay. Wendy. I love Wendy.
I love Wendy too. She cracks me up.
Love her. Okay. Thanks, Julie.
Thank you.
Time for some azúcar. I will go first. My azúcar this week is all the housewives. All the housewives are back. And we're in full swing. So
Lovely.
Beverly Hills, we're 3 episodes in. Salt Lake City, we're probably like 8 episodes in. Potomac, we're 1 episode in. Miami, we're 1 episode in. They're all airing right now. I want to say this is unprecedented with the amount of housewives that are on right now.
Okay.
But let me tell you something. I can't wait for the spring, because guess what happens?
Reunions.
The Real Housewives of New Jersey. And that's really where I'm excited. I am excited to see what they're going to do with Atlanta, because they need to start filming soon. But Salt Lake City is having the best season of their lives. Beverly Hills, I love Beverly Hills. Love Beverly Hills. Orange County probably is going to start shooting again. Miami, very excited. Potomac. Let me tell you something about Potomac.
Tell me.
Potomac is that girl. And I'm very excited because they're still funny. And if there's one thing about Housewives, is that it's not going to work if it's not funny.
Right.
And these women are comedians.
I love it.
Some of them are not, but they try to be. And that's okay, because a lot of us are not, and we try to be. So
right.
It makes us feel good about ourselves. But a lot of them are. And to me, there's nothing more beautiful in this world than a funny housewife.
I love that. Lovely.
You can watch Housewives on Bravo or streaming on Peacock.
Ooh, okay.
Let me see your peacock, cock, your peacock, cock. I dare you to go somewhere and go up to a man and be like, "Let me see your peacock, cock, your peacock, cock." And then he'd be like, and then you'd be like, the Katy Perry song, you dumb bitch, and then slap him across the face.
He'd whip it out. Are you kidding me? The minute the word comes out of my mouth, he'd be like, well, she said.
No, I forget, men are nasty.
Men are the way that they are. My azúcar this week is I'm back on Survivor.
What are you watching? What season?
I'm on third, David versus Goliath.
I
already know who the winner is because it's pop culture.
Yeah.
Which is kind of taking away some stuff. And this is a good season. I have so many favorites. I have so many people that I'm like, oh, I wish they would win. I wish they would win. But no, it's Mike. Mike wins.
Oh, he does. Spoiler alert.
I mean, everyone knows that he's known.
I didn't know that.
Are you kidding me? Every time they talk
about.
Oh. But he's the writer of White Lotus.
I know. I knew he was on, but I didn't know he won.
Oh, that's what they always talk about when
it's
it comes
okay.
to
You don't
him.
know. It's okay. You don't. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm just kidding. No, but that's how they're always like, oh, and he also won Survivor.
Oh, I didn't realize that he won.
Unless I'm wrong. Well, now
I'm sure. No,
everything I've ever heard in my life.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I did know, and then maybe I got it wrong. But I think you're wrong. Actually.
You think what?
I think you're wrong. Actually.
I don't.
Well, don't look at it now. Stop.
I'm looking. Oh, maybe he doesn't. I just looked up his name.
Yeah, I don't think he does.
Okay, maybe he does. Oh, I've been wrong about this whole time. I'm so happy. I've been watching this season so upset.
I wish you would have kept watching until literally the last episode, and then when he doesn't win, you'd be like, huh?
Interesting. Okay, well, now I'm watching it with new eyes because this whole season I've been like, well, this doesn't matter because I know who wins.
Yeah.
And I do like a lot of the players this season.
Okay.
Like a lot of the players. Yeah. Yeah, very cute personalities all around. Really love the nerds and the two. Nick, nope. Oh, you don't know who I'm talking about. Anyway, it's a good season. Okay. It's a very good season. I'm back on the Survivor train. I'm very sad that I'm powering through because I'm gonna run out of seasons. And then what?
They're turning them out like it's I don't know.
I feel like I watched too quickly.
Well, yeah, because you skip all of the parts. You skip half of the season when you watch.
Dude, I was at one of the tribals a couple of days ago, and I was like, I don't know anything that's happening because I skipped through a lot of their conversation.
So annoying.
I know.
Oh,
I know.
It's okay.
But I have discovered that I love an underdog. The people that I hate immediately are always the people that are like, I know exactly what I'm doing and I'm the mastermind here. And immediately I'm like, I hope they vote them out. But I just don't like cocky people. I don't like people that just go in there and they just know everything and they're going to get it all right. I love an underdog.
Who in your real life reminds you, like, is a cocky person? Like who do you hate?
I don't think I have cocky people. I don't stick around personalities that are going to annoy me anymore.
Oh, so you're not gonna say Candace?
Candace isn't cocky.
I'm just trying to start drama before you guys go on your vacation. Little do you know that we have a camera crew joining both of you on your vacation, and so I'm trying to produce a reality TV show here.
Oh, you'd have a blast with us,
Candace. Julie has not said one bad thing about you. I promise you. I swear.
She definitely, if it's coming from you in this podcast, she definitely knows that you're joking.
I love you, Candace. Candace. Candace is Julie's best friend who lives in Ireland.
Candace should come on our pod.
Candace, come on the pod. Tell us what
Oh my
Ireland
God.
is like.
Did
Tell
you
us
hear
what it's
that?
like moving across the world for a man.
We should do that. She didn't do it for a man.
Right. I'm so sorry. I always say that, but I should respect her a little bit more. I'm so sorry, Candace. Candace, tell us what it's like to live in Ireland. And then maybe bring your man so we can talk to him too.
Okay, when I said we should have, did you guys hear that? When I said we should have Candace on the podcast, did you hear Angie scream? Because I heard it. I heard it loud and clear.
She's fighting with you in our DMs. Did you know that?
I know. Yeah. It made me laugh.
Okay.
I should block her.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you should. Okay. Well, listen, that's gonna do it for us. I just want to say I'm hoping to go get a haircut tomorrow.
Okay.
And I want to do something different. So if I show up next week, you can barely see my hair in this YouTube video anyway, because
you can see it.
Okay, well, I'm hoping that maybe I'll have. I'm not doing anything super drastic. I mean, my hair isn't that long, so I can't really do. Right. I'm not doing a Harry Styles, but I'm hoping to get a haircut because I desperately need one, and I'm excited for a haircut. Yeah,
I'm excited to see what it looks like after.
I'm excited to hopefully not mess it up.
I'm also excited.
If you see me in a hat next week, then you know why.
Okay, we'll be looking out for it.
Okay, lovely. Excellent. Okay, well, that's gonna do it for us. Thanks for listening. Thanks for powering through. Thanks for finding us here at Yumi and Chisme. Make sure that you rate, subscribe, review, do all the fun things you could do with this podcast on the internet. Make sure that you what are people supposed to do? I totally lost it.
Bye, guys.
Make sure that you follow us on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram at Yumi and Chisme. Make sure you visit yumiandchisme.com, read Julie's wonderful reviews, and sign up for the wonderful newsletter that we have. Make sure that you share this podcast with somebody that you love because sharing is caring, and you want to set a good example for the kids. And yeah, and then we'll be back next week with more Chisme. But until then, make sure you have lots of love, lots of peace, and most importantly, lots of chisme in your life. Bye.
Bye.